don't know if it will, but I will say we very, very, very much tried to get the Necronomicon in the movie, and Sam was umming and ahhing a little bit because the whole movie, and again, because I don't think it will happen, I can say a little bit about it. It was about Heist, but you didn't know what they were trying to get, and it was like towards the end you realize the whole time they were trying to get the Necronomicon, but awesome. we'd never announce it as like anything to do with the Evil Dead universe,
sure.
anything. But it's a heist movie with all these crazy things happening, and then you realize, oh, they were after the Necronomicon the entire time. Sam was very much into it right at the start, but then he got a little bit of cold feet where he was. I guess because they were redoing all the Evil Dead movies, and you know, he didn't want it to be a bit of confusion. But I love.
It's a great idea, by the way. It's a really great idea.
Oh, thanks. But that's the kind of movies that I love. I love movies where it is clever, and it makes the audience have to think a little bit, and it also makes audiences realize that you can do these things. That there isn't a rule where you can't have this character from this film in this movie. Why not? We can do that. We have the power to do it as filmmakers. We can do whatever we want. We're dream makers, and so I want to see more of that stuff. And I like one of my early short films did something that you did in Jason Goes Hell, which is have the John Carpenter box in it with the address from the thing in it. Like, yeah, I know that's been done quite a few times. It was, Creep Show as well, and I did it in something as well. But I love that kind of stuff. And you're not hitting people over the head with it. You're just like, I appreciate this movie that came before, and I'm inspired by it. And like, I want to give a little nod to it so other people don't forget that this film exists. But yeah, so my question to you is like, what was the conversation with one, Sam Raimi about having Necronomicon, and two, what was the conversation with New Line, and also did you speak to Wes about the Freddy stuff?
I never had to talk to Wes, but okay, so because I grew up in the Cunningham house, because that's where I was all the time, Wes was called Uncle Wes.
Yeah.
So one of the greatest moments of my life and one of the worst moments of my life, I was at NYU. It's crazy. It was my first year at NYU. And everybody kind of knew that I was this horror guy. And they knew, even though I exclusively made comedies at NYU, which pissed everybody off. When I was there, everybody knew, like, oh, this is the guy who's all connected to the business and especially to horror movies and Friday the 13th and whatnot. And so Wes was coming to show we had this freshman colloquium where all of the people in our class would come once a week and watch a movie together, right? And usually a filmmaker would show up to talk to us about that movie. It was an amazing series. Like, it was a nighttime thing, and you got a screening of usually a new film that nobody had seen yet, and then the filmmaker was there to talk to you. It was extraordinary. And we met like incredible people. And one night, Wes was coming in with Shocker, which had not been released yet. So he's showing it to us for the first time. And which, by the way, like, the thing that's so wonderful about Shocker, and really is wonderful, I mean, it's a lesser movie of Wes's, but it is truly him going like, I got this idea about how bad it is that we keep putting this stuff out there, like these monsters, we keep putting them out there, and then people want to imitate them, or it gives people the wrong idea, blah, blah, blah. And so he makes Shocker really just as a precursor to New Nightmare, which I think is a masterpiece. And it's like his audition film for New Nightmare, which is what I love about Shocker. So plus Peter Berg is the lead, which is hilarious. But he brings this thing in, shows it, and then Wes comes out afterwards, and everybody knew, like, or they had thought they knew I had been rumored to know Wes. So there were a lot of people in my class that were like, okay, big guy, let's see if you know Wes, right? And so I'm sitting in the middle of the theater. I'm not trying to be seen. I'm just kind of sitting there. And Wes comes out on the stage, turns and sees me and goes, Adam. And he leaves the stage, walks halfway up the aisle, and hugs me in front of the crowd.
Amazing.
Now, by the way, it was awesome because I got vindicated. Like, it was like, yeah, motherfuckers, of course I know him. But the other thing was, this giant red target hit my back at that point. Oh my God. Oh, just the worst. So suddenly, by the way, Brett Ratner, the scumbag known as Brett Ratner, that motherfucker was in my class.
Oh, wow.
And I can't tell the whole story because of legal reasons, but he almost got thrown out of NYU because of me.
I'm going to say he didn't get a hug.
No. He did some shit to me that literally almost got him thrown out of the school.
Wow.
So suddenly, like, I was public enemy number one for a lot of the jackasses in my class. That said, NYU was fucking awesome. But with Wes, I never had to have a conversation about it, only because he was so out of the nightmare business at that point. Like, he was really on to other things. And I was trying to fill my movie with all like the Julia Carpenter box. Like, I kept trying to fill the movie with all these like referential things, right? So I had 100 things, including the Evil Dead stuff, and I'll get to that in a second. So I'm with my roommates, who were Noel Cunningham, Sean's son, who was my assistant editor on the movie, and Dean Laurie, who wrote the movie with me. And the three of us are sitting around. Now, I don't personally do drugs or drink alcohol. I never have. But my roommate sure did. And they were stoned to the bejesus. I mean, like, out of their minds. And so we were all giggling about like what I could put in the movie, right? So we're all just like partying and having a great time. And I went, wait. New Line's the house that Freddie built. They're like, yeah. I said, I think they own those rights entirely. I don't think anybody else has a hand in those rights. Oh shit, I got a great idea for the end of the movie. Because they had just killed Freddy. Freddy's dead had just come out. I was like, ooh, I know what I can do. So I called my two executives. This is the middle of the night. I wake these motherfuckers up and I'm like, hey guys.
I got an idea.
Can I have Freddy's glove and his laugh for the end of the movie? And they're like, why do you want it? And I described the last shot of the movie. These guys lived in completely different parts of Los Angeles. You could hear them high-fiving over a mile expanse. Okay? I could not have gotten that glove faster.
Wow, nice.
It was crazy. Like, they just threw it at me. Of course, it came in a locked box with an armed security guard. And we broke the glove. We totally fucking broke that glove. But with the mask happened way in pre-production because the glove was something that happened during production. We were literally in the middle of production, and I just rewrote that scene.